Right, welcome to my favorite addition to Gran Turismo 7 with update 1.54. This is the Porsche 911 Turbo S from 2020. This vehicle is an absolute rocket ship, and if you want to get your hands on it, well, you have to head on over to Brand Central and spend 300,000 credits. So, what do you get for such a large amount of money? Well, you get a 3.7 liter flat 6 engine that produces 641 brake horsepower and 800 newton meters of torque, which is absolutely nutty. So it's quite fast. Now when you take it around a circuit, any circuit in fact, but for me, I took it around Kyoto Driving Park and put it up against what the game considers its competition, and well, we see a variety of classic supercars and well, cars that are just absolutely nutty. Like we have the Lamborghini Aventador, the Ford GT, Ferrari F40, Citroen Vision GT, Dodge Demon, vehicles of that nature, and the Porsche absolutely demolished them. But honestly, it caught me off guard how good this vehicle is compared to the Lamborghini Aventador. It left the Aventador behind. It gapped the AI drastically. That's how fast this vehicle is standard. Now when I first started driving a vehicle, what I had to get used to was the way it handled, because the understeer that comes along with that four-wheel drive system is something that you are gonna need to get used to, but it's something you can adapt to very quickly. The vehicle puts its power down extremely well. The braking system on this vehicle is just, it's a chef's kiss. It is such a good handling vehicle. We see that with this vehicle, it can do 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 2.7 seconds, and it has a top speed of 330 kilometers stock. To have those stats stock is just truly insane and shows you are getting a lot of vehicle for your 300,000 credits. So this vehicle, when it comes to setting lap times around Kyoto Driving Park, well, I first set a lap time of a 1 minute 53, which I knew was far off pace and was not really showing a true picture of what this vehicle is capable of. But then I soon brought that time down to a 1 minute 47, and I mean, this is with me still running off circuit and not really having the best time or best experience with this vehicle standard. But stock, it's still an incredible vehicle, but it can be made a lot better by heading on over to a tuning shop and just throwing some performance parts at it. So we see now, after spending a lot of money upgrading the Porsche 911 Turbo S, well, we are going to be left with some very good stats. Well, fully upgraded, the vehicle now produces 1061 brake horsepower, and the vehicle only comes in at a weight of 1230 kgs. It has over 1000 horsepower going to all four wheels in a lightweight vehicle. So the Porsche is going to be an absolute machine. Now, since we upgraded the performance, it's only right that we go through and upgrade the visual looks of the Porsche. So now, if we head on over to GT Auto, well, we see that when it comes to the visual customization, we don't really have that many options. So for a front splitter, we see that we have two options, which are just additional lips, so you can pick which one works best for you. Both of them allow you to have the same amount of downforce, so it doesn't really matter. And then we have three different types of rear wing options that you can put on the Porsche. So it's really limited to the customization options you have for this vehicle, but any customization is still customization, so we'll take it. But after you finish customizing your Porsche and you take it back out onto circuit, you are going to be extremely pleased with the performance, because this vehicle is it's a weapon. It's a track weapon. That's exactly what it is. Coming down Kyoto Driving Park straight away, we are doing about 314 kilometers per hour before we need to slam on the brakes. Now that is just, it's nutty. It's nutty. We are going at super high speeds, and when we slam on the brakes, it still slows the car down. it has enough stopping power that you aren't really bracing yourself to hit a wall because you don't get near that point. The vehicle has great turning, it's extremely responsive, but that's what I would want from a vehicle that is the top of the range, because in 2020 when this vehicle was released, this was the top, it was a range topping Turbo S model. This vehicle is an absolute force to be reckoned with. We see that the 992 Turbo S actually has a lot less downforce compared to GT3 RS, because as we come over this part of the circuit, we see the vehicle actually takes off. It has no wheels on the ground, we are completely airborne, which is just absolutely nutty. That's how fast this vehicle is. It's a little rocket, it takes off. So I bring up the GT3 RS because this was the pinnacle of Porsche for me. I know we got a 918 in the game, but this was really my go-to. It's extremely fast, tons of downforce, and it's just absolutely phenomenal. And I'm here to tell you, the 992 Turbo S tops this vehicle. Because look, around Kyoto Driving Park, I set the vehicles up and ran both of them. And I found myself in the 911, in the GT3 RS, setting a fastest lap time of a 1:29.6. Now, the wild thing about it is, when driving the Turbo S, I found myself setting a fastest lap time of a 1:29.2, which is faster than the 911 GT3 RS. And what makes up for that difference and how come it is faster is because, well, the 911 Turbo S produces about 300 more horsepower. Yes, it is heavier than the 911 GT3 RS, but it has more power and it really overcomes the weight that it has on the 911 GT3 RS. So for me, this is now the ultimate 911. Now when it comes to racing this vehicle, well, if the event has fuel consumption involved, it's not going to be the best choice, because with it not being a race car engine, it's gonna drink fuel, and that's gonna be a problem. So I wouldn't really recommend this for a money grinding vehicle, but for an event that needs a super fast car, even hypercar parades, this vehicle can participate. And for me, if a vehicle of this caliber can take out hypercars that are in the game, that just goes to show you how fast this car actually is. The Porsche 911 Turbo S in 2020 is an absolutely glorious vehicle that I'm so happy is now added to the game, because it really goes to show you how insanely good this vehicle is. So with this being said, I highly recommend that you go out and pick this vehicle up and experience what this Porsche is capable of, because trust me when I tell you, it will knock your socks off. So with that being said, let me know your thoughts and opinions of this car in the comment section down below. And with this being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.